Hey everybody, Preston here. I play Soren in Days Before the End, and I am also the producer and editor of the podcast. You may have noticed from the title that this isn't the normal format of things. Our incredible DM Shelby has actually taken a trip to Japan, and like the awful friend that she is, she did not take all of us with her to do that. In order to keep the momentum going, I brought up the idea of doing a few one-shots from the backstories of each of the characters in the podcast, and don't worry, we're sprinkling them in. We're back to our normal schedule next week, but it'll be a great opportunity to get to know the characters deeper. This also presented a great opportunity to collaborate with other D&D podcasters, so you'll be hearing some new voices as well. Without further ado, here's the first of those, Varek's Revenge. The sun is setting on the horizon of Bronze Reach, and as the sky turns golden and shadows begin to stretch to the east, we find ourselves in the bustling alleyways of the inner city. With crime as common as the common man, many jobs are to be found here, and this is where we find our mercenaries as the evening falls. Candles and torches are lit as they walk the streets, and the night sky a deep blue in contrast to the warmth of the lighting around them. The taverns and brothels become lively with music and laughter as they arrive at their destination, the Copper Barrel Tavern. There, they are to meet with their benefactor and collect their bounty prize. Approaching the bar, the tavern keep looks up from polishing his glass to see a stocky dwarf, not seemingly associated with any kingdom he knew of, wearing battered armor and a prominent quiver on his back. Towering behind the dwarf, a satyr, druidic in appearance with mushrooms growing on her shoulders, carrying the head of their target. Not very subtle, are you?
We've delivered the target for you.
Ah, yeah, the target. Okay. Wow, he's looked better.
Man, he was delivered as you requested.
That's not my request, and I have to clean up the dripping blood, but that's fine. Do you have the code?
20.
Alright. He gestures over to like a arched doorway with a curtain just over his shoulder. You kind of have to sneak a little bit behind the bar to get there, but as you kind of move that way, pull the curtain to the side, you see the owner of the Copper Barrel Tavern, who is a pink tiefling, clad in all black with like a half cape kind of thing, a little bit like a I don't know how to fully describe it, but it's like diagonal. So at one side it's at his foot, and then it like goes up to his shoulder, so it's like a triangle. He has like big leather gloves that go all the way to his elbow and kind of come to that point that you see in like classic medieval fantasy stuff. And he is in his fingers twirling a big coin. And as he sees you walk in, he looks down to the head that is being carried by the satyr and says, "Oh, well, finally, some mercenaries showed up actually finishing the job. What are your names?" Go ahead and introduce yourself, and if there's any descriptions that you want to add to your character, this is a good time.
And I say, I'm Varek. As I approach him sternly, average-sized dwarf, heavy, thick build. The light in the room shows like gray strands running throughout my hair. With the sides of my head have been shaved with runic tribal across my head, and I kind of just like prop myself on his desk with like my elbows a little bit.
You can refer to us as Freyja. And I think she plops the cold head down on the desk. Freyja is very cold looking and stiff in stature. She does have mushroom growths and what looks kind of like dead leaves and moss almost making up a lot of her attire. And she always looks like she is staring away. Even if she's making direct eye contact, it always just looks like she's looking a little bit past whoever she's speaking to.
Love it. He, at your introductions, and you plop the head on his desk, you can kind of see just, like, visible disgust, and then, you know, like, a realization of, like, I don't know what I expected when I said this, so I kind of should be okay with the head being on my desk. He's kind of, like, a little bit more clean than you would imagine a tavern owner to be. So after he kind of stoops down a little bit, inspects the head, kind of like looks at the little horns that are on the head of the tiefling that you plop down, he's like, well, that is him. You can keep that if you want, gesturing towards the head, and then he will also pull out a coin purse. Given the size, it about fills his hand, so you're looking at probably 150 to 200 gold pieces. He'll put that next to the head, and then, you know, like how Captain Jack Sparrow, when he's like, shoo, and he uses both of his hands in like that, like, kind of flamboyant rock star way, that's what he does. He's like, yeah, you can keep all of that. Thanks for taking care of my problem. This accent has changed twice. We're rolling with it. Because
Secretly a changeling.
Yeah, yeah, could be whatever. It's a one shot. Who cares? But yeah, he'll say like, yeah, and he'll slide like 2 silver-looking coins, but that's probably just steel and cheap, with the emblem of their restaurant, bar, tavern thing on it. Use this, you can get a drink on the house on your way out. Just clean up the blood. And then he'll do one more, like, shooing with his hands, and then he'll turn around and start writing on a little piece of parchment as if he's checking off things on a list.
Announce a dwarf never turns down a free drink, as I quickly grab the coin to head to the bar, and I was I kind of glance at the head, and I was just like, and as the blood kind of dripping down, I was like, I believe I've been paid for my job, and cleaning is not part of it.
The tiefling will roll his eyes, but he's not going to say anything to argue with you.
We have no need to take the head with us as well. Varek, did you want to keep it for any reason?
As I'm rubbing the, little free drink ticket I have in my hands, I kind of look at Freyja. I feel like that's more your department with the free head thing. Nothing.
This vessel is much easier to use than one that does not already come equipped with limbs.
Kind of just...
And she'll follow Varek out of the office.
That's great. All right. Well, yep, you head back to the bar. I don't know if Freyja grabbed her free drink token or if she's just kind of following Varek out.
Yeah, I think she took it with her.
Okay, cool. So as you get to the bar...
Varek will use it too.
Yeah, no, I figured the dwarf would definitely make sure that both leave the desk, at least. But yeah, as you guys get to the barkeep is helping another customer, so as you give him a second, he's just talking to, I don't know, let's just roll on the table in my brain and say Dragonborn is at the bar. Varek, you hear a very familiar voice from behind you, and I'm not even going to have you roll for history because his voice and his face are going to be burned into your memory after everything that happened. But you hear the voice of Aelor Van, one of the elves that was on the jury, that when you were banished from your kingdom, he ruled in favor of your banishment. And he says, Well, well, well. Looks like you survived on your own after all. I've been losing all kinds of bets lately.
I groan and grit my teeth, not even turning around, as just hearing his voice, and it's etched into my memory, like you said, from all the way back then. And I just kind of groan as I put my tokens on the bar, and I just kind of say, Aelor, it'll take a lot more than a little banishment to kill me, as you've seen me slaughter quite a few of your friends in the past. We can settle things, and we can make one more bet.
Oh, see, you and I do think more alike than I think I give you credit for. Because, you're holding the bet that I was just thinking of. See,
A
we
free
were,
drink token?
I'll take that too. But I'm speaking of the purse. We were on the hunt for him. Seems like we were just on your trail the whole time. It's funny being outrun by a man with short legs.
You've always been at least 5 steps behind me, Elf. Through all that height and upper ranking you may have, it never seems to improve your battle skills or any kind of skills when it comes to the mastery of a dwarf. Elves have no place. I kind of give him like a side eye. I haven't looked at him this whole time. I kind of turn my head slightly and said, maybe you should take you and your goons back to your little fancy castle and continue just doing whatever it is elves tend to do.
Oh, that's a bit out of my expertise these days. I've been commissioned. I'm just out here as an adventurer, kind of like you. But he taps a little pendant that's holding his cloak together, and he's like, I'm still allowed in the gates. But it keeps me busy. I meet all sorts of people, like your friend here. And then he actually looks at you fully, Freyja, for the first time, and he's like, oh, you seem off.
We are not off.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So we'll be killing more than one.
After she died, it did not seem appropriate any longer to refer to ourselves as her.
That's that just on the more disturbing side of things. What is the situation with the satyr?
I look at Aelor and just kind of scoff and just kind of give him that look of like, mind your business. It's got nothing to do with you.
Freyja will tilt her head over to Varek and kind of smile a little bit, and then look back at Aelor, and she'll say,
You and your team are certainly free to try and hunt us, but once your bodies return to the cold ground, our circle will spread. Your body at least seems formidable enough to help the colony grow, if you so please.
You kind of just see his face contort into this weird, like, high elf disgust, where it's like, I can't believe you even would suggest that, but also a little bit of an understanding of like, oh.
The moment his face just kind of gives that disgust, I let off like this deep dwarven laugh, at just chuckling. I'm just like Freyja. This is why, despite the wheeze and just the character, this is why you were the one companion that I can enjoy having around.
Nothing. Defend the circle.
I kind of just laugh, and I kind of tap the bar a little bit, asking the barkeep, drinks for me and my satyr friend here, and maybe get a doggy bag for the elf here. Looks like he might be a little sick.
Something fermented, please.
Barkeep comes over, kind of noticing the tension and the group of 3 elves kind of crowding around you, and he'll lean over as he slides the drinks to you both and then palms the in-house coins. And he says to you guys, kind of under his breath, like, if you can minimize the mess, that'd be great. And then he'll go and start moving glassware from the counter to shelves underneath the counter, one by one, just in case.
As the barkeep tends to go off, I kind of look at Alor one more time and just kind of tell him, I'd head back home since, we beat you to it. Out here being an adventurer, never know what might happen to you. Elves just come up missing all the time.
I don't know how founded in reality that is, but here's what I will tell you. We're not leaving without that prize. We've worked too hard for it. I know that you've killed mercenaries, and we have too, and you're just another couple that we'll have to get through to get that.
I would certainly be interested to see you try.
The moment Freyja mentions that, I want to, because I have like a dwarf, like a ranger rogue thing going, I want to stealthily, but extremely quickly, move behind Alor.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll anything?
Well, I think if we're making moves, then I think we might roll for initiative here. So if you're going that direction, so let me go ahead and...
I wasn't really, I wasn't just, attacking in the moment. I was just more or less kind of moving behind him, faster than he could see necessarily.
Okay.
And just I guess we could, it's more of just kind of a threat at the moment.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know what that would be. Maybe, acrobatics, I guess, because you're gonna have to maneuver around him.
Okay. Did you see that?
Yes. Are you guys able to see the rolls?
Yes.
Yeah.
I guess mine. Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Well, 17 will do it. That is more than enough. So you position yourself real quick behind him, and now he has...
right there behind him,
yeah.
And I still have my drink in my hand, and kind of with my sword still in the sheath, I just kind of want to poke him right in the ditch of his knee.
Ooh.
And just kind of be just so you know, I don't take threats very lightly, let alone to me, but most especially my companions.
Yeah,
I take a big gulp of my beer.
Yeah, you'll see his knee will kind of buckle a little bit, and so he'll kind of spin halfway towards you as he goes down onto one knee. And now that he's still a little bit taller than you, but now that you're closer to eye level with each other, he'll look at you, and in Elvish, he'll kind of scoff. Something that you would imagine is probably...
I can understand Elvish.
Well, yeah, I don't want to say any or create any racial slurs for dwarves, but that's what he says at you. And then, I think at that, he's definitely adamant for a fight, so we're going to go ahead and roll for initiative there. I'm going to pull up the Tavern Brawl. Wow, a 3 for initiative is real good. Okay, so for this
it would teeter right there on a 19 and a 3, okay?
Yeah, it's
if I could blow on dice through my screen, I would have.
Okay,
Rolled
so
a
I'm
13.
Ooh, very nice. Okay. I'm going to add you and you. And then, just for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to make this carpet here where the bar is at. So there will be these these, and then where is that? Okay, there it is. Add all tokens. 3 and 13, auto initiative. So start that. Okay. So as combat starts, you guys can kind of see that you're in a little bit of a tight spot there. Freyja, you're up first. What do you do?
Awesome. So Freyja, I think, quickly seeing this devolve into a fight, they jump into action almost immediately, and they're going to use their wild shape to sort of morph into their symbiotic entity. So I think as they do this, you see the mushrooms and pieces of fungus sort of flare up around them and almost kind of create this protective shell around their body. So she gains... Oh, I don't know why that had me roll. It's not supposed to be a roll. So she gains 12 temporary hit points.
Okay.
And she can also roll double damage die for Halo of Spores, and deals 1d6 additional necrotic damage whenever she hits somebody with a melee attack. So this lasts for 10 minutes, or until she loses all of the temporary hit points, or if I wild shape again.
Okay, interesting. That is kind of intense.
So she is going to, since Varek is kind of behind Aelor with the other scouts kind of crowding around, I think she jumps up and kind of almost rushes into the dead center of them. And let me see what I have here.
Sorry,
Right,
I had to
perfect.
delete the carpet because I was like, I can't see the grid.
All right, so she kind of transmorphs herself with the symbiotic entity, runs into the center to kind of help back up Varek, and for now, she's going to end her turn.
Okay. So this wood elf, and I wish I renamed them. That would have been a little bit helpful, but it is what it is. Just know that B is Aelor and the other two are just random. So Scout A is going to go over to Varek, angry because you just like knocked his leader to the ground. He's gonna slash over at you.
When this guy goes to do this, I'm going to use my Halo of Spores to basically conjure the spores festering in the mycetid growths on Freyja's body to attack them.
Oh.
So yeah, these spores kind of like fester and cloud around, and then they attack this guy. So
Dude, side note, after just playing Resident Evil, the spores and mushroom things are so real for me right now. I've been playing Resident Evil, and now I'm like, oh, this is deja
The
vu.
mold.
The mold, man.
So with my symbiotic entity up, I roll double damage die for my Halo Spores, so I'll roll 2d4.
So he takes four damage doing that?
He'll take 6.
6 damage? Okay.
Yes, and that is necrotic damage. Oh, but it makes a Constitution saving throw first. The DC is 13, so he could potentially not take the damage.
Okay, but he takes 6 damage. So Varek, he'll slash over at you, and he's gonna roll. Does a 12 hit?
It does not.
Okay, well he misses anyways. So, kind of caught off guard, came out of nowhere. He goes to slash at you, and then Freyja out of nowhere, just boom, right in his face, mushroom damage. So he misses that slash at you with the dagger. But now you fully know the intention is they're here to kill you and take your money, basically. So he'll do that, and then the next one, which is Aelor, is going to kind of run over here and
Scared little bitch.
well, draw his bow, and he'll kind of put the arrow on the bow, draw it back, And Frey, you don't have attack of opportunity, right? Because your reaction was at that first guy?
Correct.
Okay. So he'll go ahead and shoot an arrow at you, which it's an 11, so that's not better.
Yeah. 11 won't hit.
If it was in that one, I would have had him shoot his friend, but we're not quite there yet, so... yeah, he'll shoot the arrow, but just because it was close combat, there's like this cloud of spores that just is now dissipating from you attacking the other guy. And he just misses the shot. It whizzes past everybody and kind of lands into the wall across the room. And that'll be his turn. And then Scout C, seeing that you did the spore damage, is going to kind of back off away from you as well. And he's going to shoot his short bow at you. And he rolls a 14?
Freyja's AC is 15.
God. Alright. These elves suck! And that's why you got the bounty, obviously.
Dwarves, man. Good telling.
Alright, so... Yeah. Hey, this is your one-shot, bro. So I'm just making dwarves look hella good for you. That's for you.
You don't have to make dwarves look good. Dwarves are superior.
Alright, well, that's his turn.
Or
So, oh, I see the AC is right there. Oh, that's actually super. Okay. Varek, it is your turn.
I'm gonna roll to hit this Scout A.
Mm-hmm.
With my it's an 11 hit.
They have 12. Yeah, in the hullabaloo, and the cloud of spores is still kind of there. Everything happening all at once. You swing the sword, he misses you, you miss him. In the heat of the battle, someone is bound to hit someone. At some point. But we'll move over to Freyja's turn. Round 2 starts.
Alright. She is going to swing. Is the elf Varek Aelor?
Which one, sorry?
Scout B is Aelor.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So, yeah,
Okay.
B is Aelor, Scout A is just random.
So the scout that's directly next to him.
Mm-hmm.
Freyja is going to cast the cantrip chill, so she'll just kind of like reach out to touch him. She rolled a 10 to hit with chill touch.
10 does not hit them. So the chill touch frosts his armor, but doesn't necessarily do any damage.
Yeah, I think you can kind of start to see like what looks like little mushrooms trying to like grow, and then they just kind of fizzle and crumble and fall before they're able to actually take root.
Interesting. I love that. Like little frosty mushrooms. Okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Frosty mushrooms.
All right.
I love that.
Are you doing anything else on your turn?
For now, that's everything.
Okay. Aelor, frustrated that he missed his first shot, is gonna kind of just like, okay, and then he'll get another arrow ready, backing up once, kind of slowly, and he's gonna shoot at Varek again. Does a 13 hit? It does not hit. Son of a bitch!
Whiffs like an elf.
Whiffs like an elf. He whiffs, proving to you, and honestly kind of a little bit to him, that he's really not the adventurer that he is posing to be. I mean, he was a jury member, and honestly, like, lore-wise, it's a little bit flexible. Did they send him out to be an adventurer to get him killed because he's an idiot? I don't know. But he missed the shot, so we'll move on to the next guy, who still has his dagger brandished.
The one next to Varek.
Yes. So the person... right now
I'm
is about
doing it
to attack.
again.
You're gonna do it again? Okay.
I'm gonna need him to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 11.
That will fail. So
Okay.
he will take 7 necrotic damage
7.
as this cloud of spores begins to thicken around Freyja and Varek.
Dang. Okay. Yeah, he is looking pretty rough after that, and you kind of see like where those frosted shrooms started to grow and then kind of died when you sent that next wave and attack. You see the frost kind of goes away, and with that the shrooms start growing on him, and he starts coughing out spores, as most of the damage is lung damage. Don't smoke, kids. But yeah, we'll go ahead and move to this guy, Scout C, who's the only one that's in order right now, which is great. He'll go ahead and take a shot at Freyja in reaction to that. You hear him shout out the name of his companion that's looking super rough right now, and I don't have it in me to come up with that, so I'm just going to say, Edwin! And he'll shoot an arrow at you, Freyja, so get that rolled.
Every time I hear the name Edwin, I think of, I don't know if you two have played Baldur's Gate 3, but the absolute cultist at the very beginning, the one that goes, Edwin!
I've seen the videos. I haven't played, but I've seen the videos.
I need you to know that that is exactly why I said that just now.
It's stuck in my head all the time.
Yeah. So yeah, he shoots. He rolled a 16 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay. And then that'll be 1d6. And he rolled a nat 1 on damage. So that's that is a 1. These guys suck. This should be light work for you.
I imagine that like the arrow pierces Freyja, and then the mushrooms just quickly overtake it and grow around it and kind of spit it out.
I like that. Yeah. They're like, oh, this is wood, which is close to what we are. We're just gonna eat it, and then...
Nom, 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 nom.
Okay. Varek, you're up.
I'm going to, again, roll to swing at the elf with lung cancer.
Yeah.
21.
That'll hit, yeah.
Alright, I'm going to roll damage. On that, I'm also going to roll for my Colossal Slayer, since he's already missing hit points.
Okay. Alright, yeah, he goes down. Do you want to describe how you kill this elf?
In the midst of the spores, I as I swing my sword, I swing the spores out of the way just enough so Aelor can see, as I literally cut this elf in half.
Damn.
I just go straight through him, and the whole time I'm making eye contact with Aelor. Just
Epic. Gross. Do you cut him in half horizontally? Is that what you do?
yeah, so I aim straight for his basically height-wise I would say probably his thighs, but
yeah.
Right there at waist level,
sure.
Just right there for the belt, just.
Right. We'll just say it's just right above the belt, just for cinematic sake.
Yeah.
And you'll see his arm kind of reach down and grab his waist, and apply a little bit of pressure to it, not really fully realizing that he did get cut in half. So as his hand pushes on his waist, he actually pushes the top half of him off of the bottom half, and he'll land with his arm
like a Jenga attack.
Yeah. He'll land with his arm outstretched towards the other scout that's not Aelor. As Edwin, who now has a name, falls and his blood starts spilling out all over the place. And seeing you cut the elf completely in half and spill his guts literally all over the floor, you hear the bartender go, "Fuck!" I don't know if you heard that, but My mic picked it up, so that'll be good for the recording.
It is okay. We can piece him back together again.
That's
Do
disgusting.
whatever you want with him, Freyja, after we finish the last two. You can have all their bodies.
Yeah.
Another for the circle.
I still don't know what the circle is, but you know what? They can all join as long as it's not me. And on that, I'll, after I've sliced the elf in half, and this whole time, like, I'm making eye contact, and the spores just kind of, like, from Freyja's halo spores, just kind of, like, start forming back, so, like, it covers me again, kind of.
Sure, yeah, you slashed through it, and you made the eye contact and stuff.
And then and then I'll pass.
Sure.
It's like snow, but it smells like rotting a little bit.
And now that you smell blood mixed with that, it gives like this aura of just like necrotic kind of just disgusting filth scent. There are other patrons that have kind of been not involved with the fight that at that scent might just be getting up and like, all right, we're gonna
I'm gonna head out.
yeah, so I'm gonna leave now. And as we go to Freyja's turn, you'll see like the torso where it's been cut in half and where like the spores are kind of landing towards it. You'll kind of see it start to piece little pieces of the torso back together, slowly, obviously, and you'll just start seeing some fungus kind of grow out of him where he was chopped. And I'll let you go ahead and do your turn.
I think Freyja is very well aware that Varek wants to kill Aelor. So she is going to go for the other scout that cried out for his friend, because now it's his turn. She is going to pull out a very rusted, very old scimitar and swing at him with that. It's another 10.
In his rage of you guys killing his companion, he's gonna dodge out of the way of that, and he is not necessarily next in the turn order, but basically when it does get to his turn, he'll be dodging that, and in his rage he'll be swinging back at you, kind of just like focused and determined now that his friend is dead. But yeah, I think
I think she misses with her scimitar, but she looks this other scout in the eyes and she says,
"If you miss your friend, you could return to nature with him."
That's where her turn will end.
That's so gross.
Dude, I'm fine with this.
I love it though. I love your character so much. I literally I got the concept of your character and I popped into the sheet just to check it out, and I was like, God damn it, for a one shot, dude, like this is such a fun idea. So if we have you cross over later, just know it's because I convinced Shelby that your character was worth it. Okay, so we'll go ahead and move over. So Aelor, seeing that with the eye contact that you made, drops his bow to the ground and is going to start walking over to you, slowly, menacingly-ish, and drawing his own short sword as well, to kind of contest you with that. And
bring it on over here, Twinkle Toes.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So he'll meet you where you're at. And I imagine there's like kind of this intense like eye contact that you initiated that he's just matching with you. And as he makes his way over, he'll kind of wave his sword at the spores to like dissipate them a bit. And then he is going to slash at you with his short sword. 13 doesn't hit. I mean, he's emotional. He just lost a friend as well. And he walked over, kind of intimidated. So it almost nicks you, but it just seems to cut a little bit of fabric on your armor, but it doesn't do any damage to you. As you hear that curse again, he'll start preparing, and then we'll go over to the elf scout that's being threatened by, honestly, probably the most horrific satyr abomination to have ever existed.
Hey, and you know what time it is? Freyja's gonna use her reaction. He's gonna make a Constitution saving throw.
Alright, well, he's gonna go for it. So he'll roll, and he rolls a not 15. I'll say that. Not a 1, not a 15. And so, I mean, in his emotion, he manages to dodge, and while he's dodging, he slashes out at you, but just misses. You can go ahead and use your reaction.
Oh, excellent. Did he make his Constitution saving throw?
No, but what does he need to pass?
He needs to beat a 13 or he'll take 5 necrotic damage.
Okay, he rolled a 4.
Oh yeah. So I imagine that like the way that this confrontation is going so far is like Freyja ran over there, she missed with her scimitar, made the threat, he missed, but then now the cloud of spores has caught up to them and is just kind of blanketing this little circle where they're standing.
Gross. Love it. Yeah, that's awesome. So he'll just let out a little bit of a cough, and he's like, we're not going down that easily. And then we'll go to Varek's turn.
You know, as the scene hits and Aor has approached me, we're kind of glaring at each other. I waste no time rolling for attack with a nat 20.
God. All right.
Let's go. Character moment.
This is a character moment.
Right. I want to, in that moment, I just making eye contact. I plunge my not a slash, just a straight piercing stab,
sure,
straight for him, right into his waist for 13.
All right.
And he's not missing. Aor's not missing any health at the moment, is he?
No, he managed to dart out of the way. But with that stab, he is looking just as rough as his friend right before you killed his friend. And as his blood kind of starts pouring down the blade and starts getting onto your hand and on the hilt of your short sword. Did I say that? Did I say short sword? Okay. Short.
It was in that ballpark.
Short sword. The eye contact not wavering at all. He'll kind of grip your wrist, and that'll be it for now. But there's a
as he grabs my wrist, and I'll just kind of look at him, and I'll just say, "I'll make sure Freyja has extra fun with your body."
It looks like he was gonna say something back, but it just came out as as blood splatters onto his chin from his mouth. And he's not dead, but he's not great. And we'll go to Freyja's turn.
Alright. Freyja regards the scout, and she says,
"It isn't as painful if you breathe deep and low and just let them make their place in your lung."
And she is going to ram him with her antlers.
Hell yeah.
Good old-fashioned hit.
I'm rolling so bad. That's an 8.
That doesn't get him.
And she's just gonna wait to use her spores again. So for now, she's just gonna stay on the scout menacingly and end her turn.
Yeah, we'll say probably not to do damage, but with your encouragement to breathe deep, then you just ram him right in the chest with your horns to knock the breath out of him, so he has to breathe right after the encouragement. And then we'll head over to Aelor, who is going to do the same thing that you did to him, and just a straight jab right at your gut with his short sword, as his other hand is gripping your wrist, keeping you guys kind of locked in there. And it beats it at a 14. So he does...
Okay, so since he met the AC, right?
Yeah.
As he plunges into me, I want to look at him and I want to grin, right? just straight up smile. And instead, I'd figured I'd give you one good hit before I finished you.
All right, that's cool. Okay, let me get the. Oh shoot, I have that on Chrome, not in my notes. All right, so he does 5 damage, and now, if anyone looked over at you, you see a wood elf with his short sword, not in as vital of a position as yours is for him, but plunged into you, gripping your hand, holding your sword plunged into him, just in this weird, probably the most brutal ballroom dance that has ever graced the tavern floor before. And we'll move over to the other scout, who just had the wind knocked out of him.
Let me get that Constitution saving throw while we're at it.
Oh, you bet. He rolled a 3.
Excellent. So
Yeah.
he will take that 2d4. Let me roll it for you. Alright, that's 7 necrotic damage.
Damn. Yeah. Okay. Right after your little taunt, you ram him. He's out of breath. Another breath comes in. And he does not heed your advice, but he has to breathe. But he doesn't breathe deep and low like you told him. So he ends up taking that damage that you said and coughs out again. For Edwin! And is gonna slash at you with his dagger, which is a 16 to hit.
16 will hit.
So he'll stab, try to get at your heart for 3 piercing damage.
Yeah, I think the dagger plunges in, and there's no blood. It just pierces.
God, Freyja's so cool, dude. Alright, Varek, it is your turn, sir.
So as you know, he's plunged into me and I'm plunged into him. This sounds like a horrible show. I'm going to roll for my sword again. For a 10. That is not
It does not hit.
So I was attempting to still plunge in, jerk my sword upward, but his grip on my wrist.
Yeah.
He kind of musters that last bit of strength to hold me down from being able to just finish it.
Sure. Yeah. He like you said, he musters that last bit of strength there and determination to, even if he does die here, he's gonna try to kill you too. And you kind of see that in his face, and then we'll go to Freyja's turn.
Alright. Freyja's gonna try it with the scimitar again. Maybe I can roll above a 10. For once ever.
Hey.
Wrong. 6.
That is not how that went for you.
That's okay. She's stiff. She's a little mechanical. This guy's still trying to fight.
Sure.
I think she also, there's a part of her that's distracted because she knows that Varek can handle this by himself, but she's also hearing and seeing a lot of blood splattering on both sides over there. She's gonna use, how much damage has Varek taken?
5.
Yeah, not.
Okay.
Not
Yeah,
that
5 out of 31.
Okay. I think for now, she's good. We'll wait for reaction time.
All right. Aelor, caught in this moment with you, is going to try to twist that short sword in you, and he's going to go ahead and roll for that. And he rolled a nat 3, so that definitely didn't do anything. You kind of see the strength leaving him, and
Where did he stab me?
his sword's in you. So
where?
probably no vital organs obviously have been pierced.
Just roundabout
It's in
body,
your gut.
Chest, in my
Gut
gut
area.
I want to when he tries to twist it, I'm gonna tighten my ab muscles, and I'm just gonna stop the sword from being able to even budge. I'm just gonna flex hard as shit.
All right,
and just be
Hasselhoff.
Nope. Right. There you go.
Yeah, you
It's
do
like watching
that.
an episode of Baki.
There you go.
And you see, when he tries to do that, and it's met with your resistance, kind of the last bit of strength is leaving him right now, and his hand just kind of slips off the hilt of the sword entirely. And so he leans into your sword and his grip on your hand, which is still tight, but he lost the grip on his sword at this point. And then we'll go over to the other wood elf, who, as you're a little bit distracted by what's going on behind you, is going to try to take advantage of that moment.
Perfect. I will have him make a Constitution saving throw.
You can do that. He does roll a 16 to hit.
That will hit.
So we'll see if he, I guess, dies before he hurts you.
Lives long enough to see the hit.
Yeah. So let's see. What does he need to hit to save?
It's a 13.
He does not get there.
Oof.
So he kind of, with his dagger, is going to send one in, and he'll like lean in, but in that lean in, he'll be inhaling more spores that are kind of just coming off of you as like an aura. How much damage does he take with that?
Did it read both of those? It got the one.
I just see the one, yeah.
5 necrotic total.
All right. So yeah, as he kind of lunges towards you, he falls into you, kind of trying to get you with the dagger, missing, but with the last breath of these spores that are coming off of you, he begins coughing so much that he just collapses to the floor, and you can kind of see his eyes roll in the back of his head. He's completely incapacitated. Not dead, but not alive. Like, he's just there now.
I think as he starts to slump to the floor, Freyja almost embraces him, almost in a hug.
Okay.
And she says,
Don't look so scared. You can be with Edwin.
and then lets him drop.
And with a short thump, as you kind of like set him down after your embrace, he is... I'm going to give him a purple border, because he's not necessarily dead, but kind of dead. And it is Varek's turn.
I'm not going to waste no time. I'm going to roll for my short sword again. Oh, I'm not.
That doesn't
We're
do it.
struggling.
Hey, we're making for a really nice, intense moment.
We're struggling over here and whatnot. Like me and him are, it's nice. So I'm gonna, we're just kind of sitting there back and forth, tugging on each other's swords, I guess.
All right, that's a little Shakespearean for me, but you do you.
And I'm a fast start.
Okay, yeah. As he sees you kind of try to twist your sword, he doesn't have the ab strength like you did to prevent that. But he does have the grip on you to not allow that twist to happen. And as he does that, he'll try to spit like blood at you. Just disrespect because, elves. And then we'll move over to Freyja's turn.
Alright. Freyja, seeing this scout incapacitated and seeing that the fight between Varek and Aelor is still happening, she will run in and attempt to ram Aelor with her antlers.
Okay.
I rolled a 7.
That does not hit.
The rolls were going so well.
Yeah.
Just imagine if I could do anything other than make people make
Cough.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's been pretty effective so far. Not gonna lie.
yeah.
It has been. We've gone 2 for 2.
Yeah.
Cancer is kicking ass right now.
Yeah.
Like,
It is.
You bet.
As it does. Okay. You're still pretty good on hit points, right?
yeah, I'm at 26 out of 31. I've only taken 5.
Okay, excellent. In that case, we'll just wait more time again.
Spore time. Alright. Yeah, as you kind of like ram over to him, it's not gonna be enough to do any damage, but he will look over at you, kind of like irritated, like, I'm busy. You know what I mean? Like, give me a second to deal with the dwarf, and then I'll deal with you. As he kind of reacts to you like that, he is going to try to grab the short sword that's in Varek's gut again, and do more damage with that. And he rolls a 16.
That hits.
So that'll be for 6 damage. So he'll muster up enough strength to kind of grab the hilt of that again and just shove it just a little bit deeper and try to angle it to hit something a little bit more vital than just, I guess, your abs that you have been able to maneuver with.
Superhuman abdominal strength.
As he like sinks it a little bit further into you, he's like, do whatever you want. You still can't go back home. And it is your turn.
Just kind of look at him and go, who needs home when I have you out here waiting to die, bitch?
Damn, that does hit.
And again, I roll for damage, adding Colossal Slayer onto that.
Yep.
For 9 damage, and I'm thrusting upwards. Like, I'm in his way, so I'm bringing it up.
Yep.
To his chest cavity.
Totally. Yeah. How do you want to kill him?
Oh, he's dead? Okay, yeah. I'm going straight for right before, like, I shift up, and I realize that he's got no strength in his hand to stop me. And he goes, I might not be able to go home, but you're no longer going to see any of your kin. And I just yeet all the way up through his skull.
Damn. Brutal. Yeah, you kind of see his jaw swing open a little bit as you finish that. And with his mouth gaping open, in the back of his throat, you can see your sword there, propping his head up. And the life is just like leaving his eyes as this happens. In one last second panic, his eyes dart over to Freyja. And you see them widen a little bit, and then the last of the life leaves. And then he's just sitting on your sword, dead.
Thank you for a clean cut, Varek. It will be much easier to piece him back together.
Do a thing with you, and I kind of look at Freyja and say, he's all yours, and I kind of just finish ripping, I just kind of like nonchalantly throw his short sword out of my gut. Kind of like rub my side a little bit, and he goes, that'll leave a mark.
Here, I can mend it for you.
And Freyja will spend a spell slot to cure wounds. So you'll recover 9 hit points.
There
Let's
you
go.
He looks basically good.
She reaches out her palm to like touch where you were stabbed on your gut, and you see these like fungal growths, almost kind of like when you start to see bread get moldy. You see these fungal growths sprout up, and they close the wound and then dissipate. They kind of fizzle.
Who says mushrooms aren't good? Damn it. So the other scout, he's kind of like just like needing chemo treatment right now, right?
Oh, he is for sure gone. Like, probably at this point you can see spores are like accumulating around the corner of his mouth. And his eyes are not like bloodshot, but like the opposite. Like they're like pale and kind of yellow in color. Yeah. I mean, you can go over and kill what's left of the elf part, but he's definitely more spore than elf at this point.
I kind of walk over there, and I kind of like nudge him with my foot, and I look at Freyja, and I was like, is he more useful like this, or is he useful all the way dead?
Depends on if you plan to gather any information on what has gone on at your home since you've left. Right now, he should still retain some of his memories.
Kind of give a good thought, and it's just like, they banished me, I banished them, and I thrust my sword through his skull.
Alright, combat comes to a close. The tavern keep bringing out a new bucket and mop to clean up all of the guts with, looks over to Freyja and is like, can you, whatever you're trying to do with these, can you, like, outside, maybe? And then you hear the curtain pull all the way open, and you see the owner of the bar come back out, and gold bands around his pink horns glisten now in the candlelight, and he fully takes in the scene that just took place. And then you see a little bit of the color leave his like pale pink skin, and he'll like cover his mouth with a handkerchief and then just go right back in his office.
Does this establishment perhaps have a garden? Their bodies would make good compost. It would be good for the circle to feed.
Yeah, so no, we do not. But I mean, there are gardens around, so feel free to take those and donate them, please.
I hand kind of like go over to the barkeep and I hand him like 5 gold pieces and it's just kind of like tried to keep the mess contained, but elves are kind of messy like that, and just kind of like drop the gold pieces in his hand.
He'll nod like, right, yeah, the elves, and then he'll palm those coins, look over at the office of the owner, and then just kind of like put them in his own pocket and be like, thanks for the tip, and then he'll start mopping up mostly probably like the guts blood around the guy with the red circle around him, first guy that went down.
Is there a fire? Is there like a fire going nearby or something?
Yeah, it's over probably closer to the like where that card table is at.
Right. So I want to go over to like Aelor's body, and that pendant he was showing off.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like being like, I'm still allowed in. I want to like rip that off his body.
Okay.
And just kind of like mutter to myself like, what good is this now? And I want to toss it into the fire.
Yeah, you do that, and you see it hold its form for a little bit, but as it glows warm, you start to see it kind of loosen, and what was like a very regal, angular pendant, like a source of pride, just became like a melted glob of probably copper with silver accents, that then, when the fire burns down, is going to cool around burnt wood in a nice shapeless glob of metal.
I think Freyja steps over to Varek by the fire, and she says,
So, what was it like to have a home?
I just kind of like mutter to myself, right there where, loud enough where only she can hear, and just kind of said, it was never home. It was just a job that they wanted me to do. And until I was no longer useful to them, I was no different than something easy to throw out.
Mortal kind are quite cruel to one another, aren't they?
Greed overcomes a lot of the mortals. And I just kind of like look at Freyja as like, maybe, I feel like we've caused enough trouble here tonight, Freyja. Kind of like angling towards the door. Like, we've bloodied up enough.
Where you walk, I will.
As you guys start to head out of the tavern, instinctively seeing people head towards the door, the barkeep says, "Thank you, come back, eventually." Like what is usually, "Come back soon," turned into like a, "Yeah, come back, I guess."
We're done.
And you're back again in the streets of this tropical city, off to find a tavern that you didn't murder 3 people in, and that's where we'll wrap up this short story, kind of giving a little bit of an insight into Varek's past. Appreciate you guys both being here. And Anna, if there's anything that you want to plug, what do you have going on?
hey, yeah, I'm Anna. I was Freyja. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the internet at Local Level Up Lady. It's Local LVL Up Lady. I'm the co-creator of Hilarity Save RPG, which is a little creative group that makes actual play projects We have a long form Dungeons and Dragons campaign called Minds Never Matter. I am the dungeon master of Ghastly Dungeoneers, which is a dark fantasy, Wild West inspired pseudo anthology series, taking a lot of inspiration from Dante's Inferno and Stephen King's The Dark Tower. And we also have a really cool Halloween anthology series coming out soon, or horror anthology series coming out soon, called Beyond the Witching Hour, which will start uploading episodes on October 28th.
Great. Yeah, that is... let me see the calendar. That is today. That's awesome. Yeah, so...
In that case, after you finish this, you can skip on over to Beyond the Witching Hour and listen to me in another one-shot for that series as Cillian Fargus, who is a cultist trying to get married at a very scary masquerade ball.
Love that. Yeah, I'm excited to hear that. I'll have a link put in the podcast thing so people can actually just tap right over to whatever link you provide for that. And until next time, you guys can hear more stories with Varek, and, you know, potentially in the future, I don't know if Freyja will pop back in or not. Every Tuesday is when we release episodes at 10 a.m. Pacific. So I will catch you guys on the flip. Days Before is a series of one-shots exploring the past of the cast. Varek's Revenge was run, produced, and edited by Preston Smith, with music by Bonnie Grace. Full cast details can be found in the show's Discord server. Find us on Instagram and YouTube at Days Before Pod. We'll see you next time.